This is my brine shrimp hatchery that I'm using to feed out my tanks. I made it out of scrap lumber, and I got one air pump running this gang valve here, and I got a 2-liter bottle and a 20-ounce bottle upside down. I painted them black and left a little section down here open so that the flashlight can shine some light in there. I'm using API aquarium salt and Aquarium Co-op brine shrimp eggs. They're the best. Now my system runs off of these Amazon couple dollar caps here. Make sure you get the ones with the O-rings on the inside, and don't over tighten them or else they'll bust. And you can see here I tried to recover it with some silicone, but I'm running it at not very fast air, but just enough to knock all the shells off of the egg when they hatch. I got one hose going to the air with a check valve, and the other one is where I'll harvest from, but I got a plug in there to keep it from leaking. And I made this stand wide enough to hold 2.5 gallons, so I can run some more feeder shrimp and things on the bottom, maybe grow them out. But stay tuned and I'll show you what I'm doing. I put 1 tablespoon of aquarium salt in the 20-ounce and 2 tablespoons of aquarium salt in the 2-liter bottle. And we'll just let it dissolve before we add our eggs. There's a full tablespoon of eggs in the big one, and a little bit less in the 20-ounce. Now we'll let it sit for about 30 hours before we go ahead and harvest the first batch. And I like to cover it with a paper bag just to keep dust and dog hair from getting in there. So now it's been 30 hours and I'm going to kill the air, shut off the lights, and set up the flashlights. Let me turn it off completely. With these gang valves. On that one, the bottle's off. The eggs are going to separate and float to the surface of the bottle. And when I shine a flashlight in the opening, the live ones will swim down towards the tube that extracts them. Stand by. So now it's only been a couple minutes since I turned the lights off, and you can see live baby brine swimming around. They will all congregate towards the light, and then that's when I'll go ahead and harvest them. So they separated from the eggs. The eggs are at the top of the bottle, and these guys are swimming down towards this light. That's all. That's why I keep an opening that's not painted right there. It's just to let the light in, and the black in the bottle will kind of direct them closer to the nozzle. So I'll give it just a couple more seconds, and we'll go ahead and start extracting with this brine shrimp net here. The plug out, and then I'm going to fill the brine shrimp net. You can get off of Amazon for, I don't know, about $8 for like 10 of them. Pretty inexpensive. But all that is baby brine shrimp separated from the eggs. And the salt water is going to be in this green bowl, which I'll reuse. I'll put it back in there. So as soon as the green bowl fills up, I'll go ahead and re-plug it. And this is what I'll use to feed all my tanks. And the leftover stuff will go in a candy silicone dish. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and re-plug this. And then I'll use a pipette to suck them up. and go around and feed the tanks with this. But I already did that, so I'm gonna go ahead and freeze all this stuff to feed out at another time. This is a silicone gum drop for candy making, but it makes perfect frozen little single feeding portions that'll stay fresh. And just drop them in the tanks frozen, and this will keep harvesting for another day or two until the water gets kind of nasty. But I'll go ahead and add this salt water back into the bin, turn the air back on, and I'll harvest some more tomorrow. But this will stay running for another 2 days.